Welcome to Under the Surface, your monthly insider's look at the Perth Wildcats. Coming up, our Rio reporters hit the court pressing for answers.
But did you play with LeBron James?
I did play with LeBron James last year.
We learn about the Wildcats Academy.
You have to play guard. You have to play guard, or at least attempt to play guard.
And we catch up with Jared Martin. But before all that, it's time to go behind the basket with Dylan Windler.
I'm Dylan Windler. I wear number 3 for the Perth Wildcats, and I play small forward. My mom, she played in high school. She actually did collegiate track, so she was an athlete herself. My dad as well. He didn't play at the college level, but they did a good job of putting me in pretty much all type of sports growing up. So I played basketball, golf, football, baseball, tennis. So I tried a little bit of everything. Basketball was one of the ones that kind of narrowed it down to and ended up falling in love with.
He's really heating up in the third quarter. Windler from long range. Don't forget about the lefty, Pete. He's a sniper.
Throughout my whole career, even growing up to playing in high school and then college and professionally, being able to shoot the 3 ball at a high percentage has kind of been a strength of mine. And then rebounding and defense, things like that have kind of come with that. The 2019 draft was full of emotions for me. Obviously you have dreams of playing in the NBA growing up, but it never becomes reality until you get that call, until you actually sign a deal. So yeah, the draft, hosted it in Nashville, my family's house, and had a bunch of teammates, friends, family over. We all watched the draft. A lot of nerves most of that night, to be honest. I really didn't have any idea where I was going to get picked or if I was going to get picked, really, until about an hour before the draft. I got a call from my agent and said some teams were interested in the first round, and that was obviously very exciting, and then ended up getting picked 26th overall by the Cavaliers. And just watching the draft for so many years growing up as a kid and seeing these guys turn their lifelong dreams to reality, and then having it happen to me was just definitely one of the best moments of my life. I knew when I decided to play basketball as a profession, as a career, that you're gonna have to travel. Obviously, just playing with one team, you're traveling all over the country during the season. So yeah, playing with 4 different teams in the past 12 months, I really got to see, the business side of the basketball, how it all works, changing teams, getting picked up on different contracts, getting waived, moving all around. It's crazy to think that, a year ago from today, I was playing in New York, and then a few months after that, I was playing in LA and then Atlanta, and now all the way across on the other side of the world. Obviously, making it back to the NBA is the ultimate goal for anybody playing the professional level. It's the best league in the world. For me, a chance to get back close to my family back in the States. So that's the ultimate goal, but any team that I'm on, any club that I'm with, the goal during that season is to just win games and win a championship. I'd love to be here. I like the city. I like where I live. I love the staff, coaching, all my different teammates in the league. So, obviously there's a lot that goes into staying here for a long time. Contracts have to work out and things like that, but I've definitely enjoyed my time here so far.
It's time to learn about the Wildcats Academy and meet the first graduate to earn a Wildcats contract.
Hey, offensively, keep cutting when we play with pace, all right?
Yeah, the Perth Wildcats Academy has been around a while. I think it's been wildly successful in the last 2 years on a social good level with a lot of the athletes that we reach that traditional high performance programs don't. But then also some of the goals that we're kicking with these athletes when it comes to, what do they want to do, what are their goals.
Being part of a professional club is one, you've got to have avenues of young players that you can tap into, that you can develop, and hopefully a few of them end up making your main roster and contribute to the professional club. And so for us, it was about starting an academy, one, to tap into the best talent in Perth and see if we can develop them, but 2, also giving the young kids in Western Australia an opportunity where if they have the ability and the potential, we want to make sure that they reach that.
Next play, here we go, ball pressure, next play, let's go.
One of the massive reasons the Academy has been such a success is because of the buy-in from the top down. Supported by Danny Mills and JR, everyone that has a touch point with the Perth Wildcats is aware of what we do in the Academy and are actively seeing how they can put their 2 cents into it and improve it.
Flash, Charlie,
Obviously height is an advantage, height and length, so having a big wingspan, and then just athleticism, natural athleticism. And you know, our coaches can teach skill, they can teach guys how to shoot, dribble, pass, defend. But for us, it's identifying those kids early that are in love with the game, they love the process of getting better, and bringing them into a high-performance environment where we can accelerate that development with the professional staff.
We need to be a much better rebounding team with how athletic we are. So the shot goes up. You know, there's lots of great coaches in Perth and Australian basketball landscape, but I think it's more the exposure to the environment that the Wildcats can create. So the consistency of having the same coaches, whether it's myself or the basket coaches and network coaches that we have, but then also the coaches' experience and exposure to state teams, college, high performance. Like the knowledge and shared base in that group is high level.
It opened my eyes to expanding my game into realms which I hadn't really thought of particularly. I'd always be playing big, even though if I'd played in the NBL, I wouldn't be able to play that because I was smaller. So Keegan was very much like, you have to play guard. You have to play guard in this, or at least attempt to play guard.
But then it's also the access to strength and conditioning, the resourcing with nutrition, with sports psychology, all those things that our program can provide these kids completely free.
It just shows like if you work hard and show what you can do in the academy and do like all the fundamental stuff, because I'm not an overly flashed player, it shows that the Wildcats appreciate not only talent but hard work as well.
He's one of those guys that I'm really happy that he's taken every single step that he's gone to and just done something new every time. He's added a skill, he's added something to his tool belt, and now he's here with us at the Perth Wildcats.
One more. Find more space. Big goal.
I would love to see us be a part of like some more high-level games, and I think the first step for that is to be, an entry to a wild card to the NBL 1 competition here in Perth.
And then it's taking them international as well. So opportunities to go up to the APAC region to play Japanese B-League under-18 teams, to get into the East Asia Super League and play against their junior teams up there, and give our young players exposure to international basketball.
Those games, you can't replicate that. Like, we can have all the training, all the resources in the world, but until we can let the kids improve upon that training in a game scenario, we haven't really achieved what we need to achieve.
Nice, good read.
We're all about getting these kids to their dreams, and whether it's going to college or high school in America, where a number of them have already gone, or whether it's guiding them in a pathway where they stay in Perth and they come into our training roster. Just like Tom Jerovic has come on now and signed on as a development player, it's showing a pathway that if you invest in yourself and come and put the time in, then there's opportunities that can come out of that.
Ball.
It feels great. It feels really good to be the first player to come through. Like, ability to show that it's a good pathway and that other people can come through. That's what makes me the happiest about it.
Right time. Yes, here we go. Ball pressure.
Our Rio reporters continue posing the hard-hitting questions.
What's your name and what's your question?
My name is Darcy, and my question is, how did it feel to break the Wildcats scoring record?
It was cool. I didn't even realize it was the Wildcats scoring record until like later that night. But it was just one of those nights, I guess I was in the zone and made a bunch of shots, so I get to brag about it for the rest of my life.
My name's Avalon, and my question for you is, what inspired you to become a professional basketball player?
It's a very good question. I grew up watching the sport, and there's a few idols that I looked up to, LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Reggie Miller, some of my favorite players growing up, and I kind of just fell in love with the game, played it at a young age, worked hard, and then ended up being able to play professionally.
My name is Lawson, and my question is, what inspires you most to play basketball?
I think for me, I played all the sports growing up as a kid: football, baseball, basketball. And basketball is the one sport you can practice and you don't need to be around your friends. So that's the one I just kind of took to the most because I could practice it all day, every day.
My name's Elliot, and did you play for different teams?
I have. So I played on, this is my fifth team professionally. I played on 4 other teams back in the United States. The Cavaliers, the Knicks, the Lakers, and the Hawks.
But did you play with LeBron James?
I did play with LeBron James last year.
What's your favorite pre-game meal?
My favorite pregame meal. Ooh. So I like to have a bowl of fruit, and then after that, I like to have either a pesto pasta or basically baked chicken with some rice.
Now it's catch up with assistant coach Jared Martin.
Yeah, we've been traveling pretty well. It's been about 5-6 weeks we've been on the road a lot, but single games, so being able to travel back and forth has allowed us to get a lot of practice time, and I think because of that we've seen great results because of the work we've been doing day in and day out at the practice court. So the way we're sharing the ball, playing unselfish, it's been really encouraging, and then we've definitely improved some areas defensively, protecting the rim, guarding one-on-one, and that's kind of showing up really well on the scoreboard. Our communication has really improved. The guys are really buying into the floor positioning, trusting each other, that if someone does rotate, the teammates will have their back and take their guy. So that's been a huge improvement, and we've seen it show up in the game. We've had guys go down, we've had guys obviously step up in those situations, young guys playing big crucial roles, but you see it across the league. There's teams with a ton of injuries, guys going out, so our medical staff, our physio, they do a great job making sure our guys are performing at the highest level and keeping us in a good stead in terms of how much we practice. And we've seen with Keanu and Christian with their return to play, we've kind of let them come in slowly and keep trusting the guys that have been playing. It's been a huge part of this season for us, but all the teams. I think when Bryce Cotton is shooting the way he is and playing the way he is, we're going to get high quality shots because he just attracts so much attention, and we do a lot of things to provide him the opportunity to create offense. And the way he plays unselfishly, if teams want to double him, he's confident that our guys can make shots, and we've done a really good job of improving our extra passes, getting in the paint, making great decisions. So that's been a huge benefit to the way we're playing right now. Getting after it every day, not looking too far ahead for finals or anything. It's just about, can we win today? Can we get better? Can we find little improvements individually and collectively as a team? And we feel if we do that, then when the game time comes around, we'll be ready to compete. We'll be able to put a good product on the floor, and that's really been the theme all year. We haven't changed, we haven't wavered off that. It's just about, can we get a little bit better each day?
We'll be back next month with the final instalment of Under the Surface.